5%. That's the number of people who are currently in market looking for your services. Seems low? Well, it is. As marketers and as business owners, as directors of professional service firms, we sometimes overly focus our marketing messaging on that 5% of people and completely ignore the other 95 who aren't in market for our services or what they offer. When we overly focus our marketing and our messaging to that 5%, we're forgetting about the vast majority of potential or prospective clients we could work with down the line. In fact, the messaging becomes overly salesy, overly conversion focused, and not catered to the people who might well work with us down the line. What is the messaging that they actually listen to, care about, would engage with, and would allow you to build a positive impression of your firm's brand in their minds well before you even work with them? So while the 5% number is speaking more to firms who are business to business focused, there is a caveat to that. If your firm offers services to individuals, but those individuals happen to be high net worth individuals, you're potentially working as a boutique tax company and you're offering your services to them, those people make decisions in really long, drawn out ways. They gain information from multiple sources. That decision to process might take months or years. And so they would almost fall into the same thinking of a business to business buyer. In the boardroom, we often have to make decisions where we think a decision-making process in the eyes of our prospective clients is one linear journey, when in fact that's very rarely true. What we sometimes like to think is that, we'll get an ad in front of someone, they'll click it. Off the back of that, they'll open an email, they'll visit our website, they'll read our blog, and oftentimes we'll hope it's the webinar event that will convert that person. They'll attend the webinar and then they're in market. They're going to ask for a consultation request and we'll close them. While that's lovely in theory, it very rarely happens. As we said, 5% of people at the moment are in market. However, that 95% is in constant fluctuation of people who are not in market, someone who had no idea of the problems or the solutions or the services you offer, just got something landed on their plate and now they need exactly what you offer. They're looking for you, they have high intent in that moment, then something else in the business happens, they're back out of market. The reality of it is that the market and the buying decisions that people are going through are in constant fluctuation. It might change from someone having no idea about you as a business, the problems you solve, the services you offer, from really, really quickly, something gets landed on their plate, and now really fast, they have to come and make a decision. That is completely different to the nice linear journey we had set out. So the first step is that someone has to become aware of your firm before they have any understanding of who you are, what you do, the problems you solve. So within our marketing strategy, within our BD efforts, within our content, our messaging, all of these different things, we have to have some element of brand awareness type campaigns. Would a brand awareness campaign convince someone to work with you tomorrow? More than likely not. But there's an element within that we can get on someone's radar. And that's satisfying a small portion of the 95% of people who are not in market. There are other people then further down the funnel who are people who might have an understanding of your business and your firm, but they've no clue the problem you solve, they've no clue of the services you offer. And there'll be elements of our content, our messaging, our general digital campaigns that will speak to those people, keep them engaged. And what type of content would that be? It's generally going to be speaking to the problems they have, speaking to the things that are affecting them, speaking to the challenges. And the best way for you to do that is to just share your experience. So again, those people aren't in market. Maybe they're not going to be in market for another 3 years, but there's a way in which you can speak to that person, leave a good impression. And by the time that they are in market, whatever that timeline is, you've built that up in your mind. And at least you're going to be in the running as a potential service provider for that prospective client. The really simple framework that we think about how to categorize the different stages of your marketing strategy to keep it as client-centric as possible is fourfold. So step one is that element of brand awareness, okay? Someone's not going to work with you if they've never heard of you, full stop. Second one is demand generation. Demand generation differs from brand awareness in that when you're generating demand, brand awareness is when someone just becomes aware of you or your firm, but generating demand is when someone has a deeper understanding of the problems you solve and the services you offer. The third step is lead generation. That's to service the 5% of people who are in market and looking for what you offer. And step 4 is account-based marketing. So what are all the goals that tie into this 4-step framework? Well, your brand awareness, you're trying to create recall in the eyes of your audience or as a potential client. Step 2, demand generation. Well, it's really simple, as I've referenced. You're trying to create demand for the services that you offer. And you can only do that when someone has a deeper understanding of the problems you solve and thus the services you offer. Number 3, lead gen. It's for people in market, as I've said. It's to capture those leads. And number 4, the account-based marketing approach is to convert the leads and potentially to expand accounts that are already customers. So that's our 4-step framework for you as a firm in how you can have your marketing and your messaging focus as much on the 95% as the 5% who are currently in market. Thanks for your time, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.